Imagine a place on Earth so deep that if Mount Everest was placed inside it, the mountain would still be completely underwater. Can you picture that? At the bottom of this place, the water pressure is more than 1,000 times stronger than what we feel at the surface. Strong enough to crush a submarine like a tin can. And here's something even more amazing. More people have been to space and walked on the moon than have visited the deepest part of our own ocean, the Challenger Deep. Hey, I'm Sabah and today I'm going to take you on a journey to the deepest and most mysterious places on Earth, the Mariana Trench.
Shallow reefs, not the open seas, but the absolute deepest point any human could ever reach. A place so dark, so cold, and so crushing that it's harder to get to than outer space. Today we're going deep, all the way down to the Mariana Trench, the deepest ocean trench ever discovered on Earth. A place that has fascinated scientists, explorers, and curious minds for decades. Located in the western Pacific Ocean, the Mariana Trench is not just a hole in the seafloor. It is a monument to the raw, unstoppable power of our planet's natural forces. A reminder that Earth is still full of mysteries waiting to be uncovered. In the next 15 minutes, we're going to explore everything about this incredible place, from how deep it actually goes, to the bizarre creatures that somehow survive down there, to the brave humans who dared to descend into its darkness. Stay with me, because this is one of the most extraordinary stories our planet has to tell. So where exactly is the Mariana Trench? Let's set the scene. If you look at a map of the Pacific Ocean, find the Philippines to the east, and then look just south of Japan, right in that zone, you'll find the Mariana Islands. And running just east of those islands is the Mariana Trench. It stretches approximately 2,550 kilometers. That's about 1,580 miles, making it longer than the entire width of the continental United States. Now, here's something really striking about its shape. The trench doesn't run in a straight line. Instead, it curves in a beautiful crescent arc, almost like a giant scar carved into the ocean floor by some ancient force. And as you'll soon discover, that's not far from the truth. The trench sits in one of the most geologically active regions of the world, an area known as the Ring of Fire. But we'll get to that in just a moment. For now, just imagine standing on the seafloor near the Philippines, looking eastward, and seeing the ocean floor just drop away, down and down and down, into a darkness that sunlight has never touched. Now let's talk about the most jaw-dropping feature of the Mariana Trench, its depth. At its deepest point, a location called Challenger Deep, the ocean floor sits approximately 10,984 meters below the surface. That's nearly 11 kilometers, or in feet, over 36,000 feet straight down. Numbers like that can be hard to picture, so let me give you a comparison that will change how you see this forever. Mount Everest, the tallest mountain on Earth, stands at 8,849 meters. If you were to pick up Mount Everest and drop it into Challenger Deep, the entire mountain would be completely swallowed by the ocean, and you'd still have over 2 kilometers of water above its peak. Let that sink in for a moment. But the depth isn't the only extreme down there. The water pressure at Challenger Deep is roughly 1,086 times greater than the air pressure we experience on the surface. That means every square inch of anything down there, your body, a submarine, even a metal plate, is being pushed on with about 8 tons of force. To put that in perspective, the pressure down there would instantly crush a regular car like it was made of paper. And yet, life still exists there. But we'll get to that extraordinary revelation a little later. Now you might be asking, how does something like this even form? How does the ocean floor get this deep in the first place? The answer lies in the extraordinary science of plate tectonics, the way Earth's outer shell is broken into massive moving pieces called tectonic plates. Beneath the Pacific Ocean lies an enormous slab of Earth's crust called the Pacific Plate. And right next to it is a smaller piece called the Mariana Plate. These two plates are moving, but not peacefully. The Pacific Plate is slowly but relentlessly pushing itself underneath the Mariana Plate. This process is called subduction. Think of it as one tectonic plate diving beneath another, like a slow-motion collision happening over millions and millions of years. As the Pacific Plate dives downward, it carves out a deep trench in the ocean floor. Layer by layer, year by year, the seafloor gets pulled lower and lower, and that is how the Mariana Trench was born. Now here's where it gets even more interesting. This same process, subduction, creates enormous amounts of geological energy. And the Mariana Trench sits right in the middle of what scientists call the Ring of Fire. The Ring of Fire is a massive horseshoe-shaped zone around the Pacific Ocean that contains about 75% of the world's active volcanoes and is responsible for over 90% of all earthquakes on Earth. It's one of the most geologically violent regions on the planet. So the Mariana Trench isn't just a passive hole in the seafloor. It's an active geological feature, the result of forces that still shape our planet every single day. So now we know where the Mariana Trench is, how deep it goes, and how it was formed. But what is it actually like down there? Imagine the most extreme, hostile environment you can think of. Then multiply it. The conditions in the deepest parts of the Mariana Trench are unlike anywhere else on Earth. First, complete and total darkness. Sunlight can only penetrate the ocean to a depth of about 200 meters. Below that, it gets progressively darker. By the time you reach 1,000 meters, you are in permanent, absolute blackness. At nearly 11 kilometers down, not a single photon of sunlight has ever touched the seafloor of Challenger Deep. Second, bone-chilling cold. The water temperature near the bottom hovers just above freezing, typically around 1 to 4 degrees Celsius. There is no warmth, no light, no comfort. Third, crushing pressure. As we discussed, the pressure down there is more than 1,000 times what we experience at sea level. The force is so immense it would kill a human instantly without specialized protection. And finally, limited food and oxygen. Because there is no sunlight, there is no photosynthesis, and therefore no plants. The food that does exist mostly trickles down from the surface. Dead organisms, organic particles, what scientists call marine snow, slowly drifting downward like an underwater snowfall. By every measure, the deepest parts of the Mariana Trench should be completely lifeless. And yet, life exists. Against all odds, in one of the most extreme environments on our planet, life finds a way. The discovery of life in the deep ocean fundamentally changed how scientists think about where life can exist, not just on Earth, but potentially throughout the universe. So what kinds of creatures actually survive in the pitch black, near freezing, impossibly pressurized depths of the Mariana Trench? Let's start at the very bottom of the food chain, microorganisms. Bacteria and other microbes thrive down there by using a process called chemosynthesis. Instead of getting energy from sunlight like plants do, they extract energy from chemical reactions, particularly from hydrogen sulfide and methane that seeps up from cracks in the seafloor. These tiny organisms are the foundation of an entire deep-sea ecosystem. Moving up a little, we find amphipods. These are small, shrimp-like crustaceans that have been discovered in massive numbers at great depths. Scientists have found them swarming in the Mariana Trench, feeding on organic material that sinks from above. They're surprisingly well adapted to the pressure, using specialized proteins to keep their bodies functioning normally. And then there are the deep-sea fish. The Mariana snailfish, for example, has been recorded at depths below 8,000 meters, making it the deepest living fish ever observed. It's pale, almost translucent, and its body is so adapted to high pressure that if you were to bring it to the surface, its cells would actually fall apart. What makes all of this so remarkable is that these organisms didn't just survive in extreme conditions, they evolved specifically for them. Their proteins, their cell membranes, their entire biology is fine-tuned for a world of darkness and crushing pressure. Scientists believe that studying these creatures could unlock secrets about life itself, including how to develop new medicines, understand biological processes at their most extreme, and even imagine what life might look like on other ocean worlds in our solar system, like Jupiter's moon Europa. Given everything we now know about the Mariana Trench, the darkness, the pressure, the extreme conditions, you might wonder, has any human ever actually been down there? The answer is yes. And the story of how we got there is a story of extraordinary courage. The first successful man to descend to the bottom of the Mariana Trench happened on January 23, 1960. Two men, Swiss oceanographer Jacques Picard and U.S. Navy Lieutenant Don Walsh, climbed into a specialized deep-sea vessel called the Trieste. This wasn't just any submarine. It was built specifically to withstand the crushing pressure of the deep ocean, with walls thick enough to protect its passengers at depths that would destroy any ordinary vehicle. Their descent took about 5 hours, and when they finally touched the bottom of Challenger Deep, they made a surprising discovery. they could see a small flatfish scurrying along the seafloor. Life at the very deepest point on Earth. It was a moment that changed our understanding of our planet forever. Fast forward to March 2012. Filmmaker and explorer James Cameron, the man behind movies like Titanic and Avatar, became the first person to make a solo dive to Challenger Deep. He descended in a specially designed submersible called Deep Sea Challenger, spending hours on the seafloor collecting samples and filming footage. Today, exploration of the Mariana Trench continues, but increasingly, it's done by robotic submarines. These unmanned vehicles, called ROVs, remotely operated vehicles, can withstand the pressure and spend extended time collecting data, filming, and even bringing back physical samples from the deep. Every expedition teaches us something new, and we've barely scratched the surface of what's down there. So why does the Mariana Trench matter? Why should we care about a deep, dark trench at the bottom of the Pacific Ocean? The answer is, for so many reasons. First, it helps us understand Earth's structure. The subduction happening beneath the Mariana Trench gives scientists a direct window into the processes that shape our planet, how tectonic plates move, how new ocean crust is created, and how old crust is recycled back into the mantle. Second, it helps us understand earthquakes and volcanoes. The tectonic activity associated with the trench is directly linked to seismic events throughout the Pacific. Better understanding of subduction zones can improve our ability to predict and prepare for disasters. Third, the life forms discovered there have enormous scientific potential. The unique biology of deep-sea organisms, their pressure-resistant proteins, their chemosynthetic energy sources, could inspire new medicines, new materials, and new approaches to biotechnology. And finally, the Mariana Trench is a humbling reminder of how much of our own planet remains unexplored. We have more detailed maps of the surface of Mars than we do of the ocean floor. More than 80% of Earth's oceans have never been mapped, explored, or even seen by human eyes. The Mariana Trench represents not just a geological wonder, but an invitation to keep exploring. And so we've journeyed to the bottom of the world, from its location in the Western Pacific to the staggering depth of Challenger Deep, from the violent tectonic forces that carved it out over millions of years to the extraordinary life forms that somehow thrive in its darkness, from the first brave humans who descended in 1960 to the robots that continue to explore it today. The Mariana Trench teaches us about geology, biology, physics, and the limits of human courage. It shows us that even on a planet we've lived on for millennia, there are still vast frontiers left to discover. More than anything, it reminds us that our oceans are not just a backdrop to life on Earth. They are alive themselves, dynamic, mysterious, powerful beyond measure, and largely still unknown. The deepest point on our planet is not a dead end. It is a beginning.
Thank you so much for watching. If you found this video as mind-blowing as I did, please give it a like, subscribe for more explorations like this one, and drop a comment below what part of the Mariana Trench surprised you the most. Until next time, keep exploring. The world is bigger than you think.